Hello guys, how have you been? Arise and shine for today. I'm going to give you a story of how I almost bought a house that I thought it was my dream home, and I think that whole story you'll see it led to me deciding to build this house that is you can see in my background, and it's unfinished. So I think that's the story I want to tell you today. Uh, if anybody will be helped by it, yes, I'll be grateful, but ndio at least mjue things kwa market, kwa ground vitu ni tofauti. The things you see in the internet and the kitu unakuta kwa ground, it's a very different thing. Msidanganywe. So this story goes back to 3 years ago. Yeah, I think 3 years and some months ago, when I started house hunting. I know house hunting sio rahisi. If you have ever done house hunting, utajua sio rahisi. So what was happening is, back then I was living in Kasarani, Grey City area. If kuna watu wanajua Kasarani, Grey City, that is where I was living. I was in a good house actually. It was a 3-bedroom house. We were just two tenants and the landlord. Hizi nyumba ujengwa chini, ni landlord anaishi katikati, one tenant, and then nilikuwa juu as the second tenant. It was a good place, the compound, because I wanted a compound yenye iko na watoi wanaweza cheza. As you all know, I have 2 kids. So tukakaa hapo. I stayed there like how many 3 years. I stayed in that house for like 3 years, and then I was like, now this is enough. I need to move. I need more space. Let me say I needed more space, because I had a 3-bedroom. It was a sitting room and 1 bedroom for my house help and visitors. They used to share 1 room for my son and then ours. So I realized that I needed more space, because one thing that was happening, I needed maybe a stove. Vitu zilikuwa zimeanza kuwa mingi. You know, you realize that your house is small when you start. Vitu zako zikianza kujaja huko, unajua it's either I get rid of the things ama I move. So what happened to me is that I realized I needed more space. I even needed office space, because it reached a point now my kids are in school, they do homework, wanafanyia sitting room and all that. So I needed space for them and all that. So that's when the journey started to house hunt again. And when I was house hunting, I'm very specific with what I want in a house. I wanted specifically a 5-bedroom. Yes, a 5-bedroom house, because I wanted an office, a store, and all that. I just wanted a big space. So I wanted a 5-bedroom house, owned compound. I didn't want to share the compound with people. I'm not a people person hivyo sana. That's why even in Kasarani nilikuwa nimetafuta a house that you are not a lot of people in the compound. So I wanted on compound, even for the sake of the kids, a place they can play and all that. So that's the reason nilikuwa naendea those specifics kwa nyumba. Sikuwa nataka ati nyumba haiko on compound. Another thing I wanted, the house iko along Thika Road. I really loved Thika Road. Uko ndio nimekuwa for the longest time since I knew Nairobi. Actually, I came to Nairobi back in 2016, and since then nimekaa Thika Road. So I was really attached to Thika Road. So that's where I wanted the house to be, and not so much interior and all that. So I had a guy mwenye alikuwa amenitafutia the 3-bedroom, is the one I gave the assignment. And these guys that usually look for houses for people that you are renting. If you go back to my videos, actually you will see me doing the videos when house hunting. So things happened. I came upon a video of a house. It was a very beautiful 5-bedroom house. It felt like it was my dream house, and it was along Thika Road. I'll not say the place. Ni easy famous houses, but they were new. So famous houses that the celebs these days wanaingia. I know mtaenda muangalie hizi manyumba maselebu ingia mzuri mzuri, and you can even watch my previous videos zenye nimekuwa nikipost. You'll see I'm posting in a very nice looking house. It had stairs, tiles, gypsum, everything that I wanted, pagoda uko juu, upstairs and all that. So it was a very nice house. So I'm the one actually, no, the guy who was looking for the houses for me had told me that there is a house somewhere, so we went to look for it. There were 2 houses being built, and one was already done, so it was being used as a, they call it site house, not site house, show, is it show house or show, I think show house, hizo za kuonyesha watu the plan and all that. So there were 2 houses. I went to see now the one that was finished, and the next one ilikuwa nyuma yake. It was about, ndio ilikuwa inapandishwa juu. So we went, we checked the house. It was so beautiful. I remember we went to check it after we picked our son from school, and our son loved it. Alikuwa anacheza upstairs, downstairs, to the rooftop. It was a flat roof, to the rooftop and down, and it was like everything that we needed. And then we were like, this house is very nice. The location is like, let's see, 5 to 10 minutes to Thika Road, and it's 5 to 10 minutes because of the road. The road was not that good, but if you have a better car, ziko chini, you are good to go. I don't know why these good houses are built na huko mashinani where the roads are not that good. So we were like, this house is good and all that. So we went back home, thought about it, and then we told the guy we want to know the price of the house to see whether we can buy it. Yes, we were told the price of the house and all that. It was about, let me give you an estimate, it was about, at the time, 15 million. Yeah, it was about 15 million Kenya shillings, and we were like, I think we could buy it and all that. But we told them we need to have someone to come and check the house, as in our architect and all that, angalie whether it's worth it and all that. And they agreed. And then after around 2 days, we got a phone call to come. The house has been bought, so maybe we wait for the next house tukaambiwa kuna mtu already ameilipia mortgage and all that. So we were like okay, but we didn't need it, but tukaamua ni sawa. So back to the drawing board, tukaanza ku house hunt again. We stayed, actually those houses took so little time, and we were wondering kwani hawa watu wako na pesa hivyo wanapeleka nyumba mbio hivyo. So what we did, we stayed like 3 or 4 months, and then we were told that they had now the other house yenye ilikuwa inajengwa that imeisha, and we were like, oh yes, now we can buy this one and all that. Even before we went to view it, we were told that the house has been bought by, I think it was a friend of the one who bought the other house, and we were like, ni sawa tu. We stayed like another month or so. Afu we got the call, tukaambiwa now the person who bought the house is renting it out. We were so happy, tukasema we rent it. We were told the amount, tukaona yes, it's budget friendly, we can manage it and all that. And after around a month or 2, we moved in. Juu kuna tuvitu tudogo, they were saying to final touches, in the finishes they want to do. So we moved into the house. It was a very good experience. I remember I was very happy. at least I'm living in a house. I thought it was my dream house. And then we were now in a conversation with the person that bought it, that they were telling us because they are paying a mortgage, they are even thinking of selling it so that they can do away with them. I don't know what happened with their bank and all that, so they wanted to just sell it and move on. And we are like, I think we can do it, but we are not in a hurry. We just realized, let us first experience this house. Maybe it has things we don't like and all that. And everything went so nice. We lived the first year, and then mid second year, hapo ndio mashida zilianza. And we were very good friends with the landlord by then. We could talk even weekly and all that, update them about everything that is happening. They even wanted us to plant grass and all that. We did all that. So after kitu a year or so, hapo ndio mashida zilianza. The house started having cracks kwa ukuta, on the pillars, places hata uwezi expect kuwe na cracks. And then we were asking the lad, now they were saying that the lease, is it the lease or something, the contract is almost finished, so the owner wanted us to identify problems haraka ndio zifixiwe, because they give them, it was either 6 or 8 months duration, of which you can say umeona hii shida kwa hii nyumba and he and then they will fix it. Then after your period imeisha, any problem, hiyo ni shida yako, you will fix it for yourself. So the landlord alikuwa anatupush, if you see even a shida tu kadogo, just say it so that it can come and fix. But nyumba will take time to settle and all that, so that duration hakukuwa na mavitu mingi, zilikuwa tu tiny things, bring this, do this. So mwaka na nusu ikafika, mashida zikaanza, ukuta zina appear cracks, hauwezi elewa and all that. They come, they fix it with aka kitu ka mesh and filler wanazifunika. And mind you, the house was not painted, ilikuwa imepakwa what is it called, there's these things the house ina apply yangu ya white before the paint. Can't get the name right now, let me think. Skimmed, is it skimmed or something? Ilikuwa skimmy, I don't think that's the word, but I'll get it, nitawaandikia hapo, if not scheme. So ilikuwa imepakwa hiyo na ilikuwa imepakwa rangi. So the landlord keep on telling them wapake rangi and all that, but they did not. So walikuwa nakuja wana fix hizo cracks kwa ukuta and the pillars and all that. Kidogo msimu ya mvua ikafika. Let me tell you, Maina, acha nyumba ianze kunyesha huko juu. It's at around 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm sleeping and then my son is coming to wake me up. Ananiambia, "Mom, bedroom yangu, it's raining huko juu." I'm like, msi anaota. Hakuna venye hii nyumba inaweza kuwa inanyesha huko juu. Nikamwambia, "Let me come and check." I did not actually believe my son. I even thought he was dreaming, sleepwalking or something like that, and he has never done such a thing. So nikawasha lights, I went to the room and I was surprised. It was raining. Actually, it was very bad because kulikuwa kunanyesha tu hapo kwa kitanda yake, like a whole line. Unaona line mzima venye imeenda na kitanda ilikuwa inamwagika maji, and I was like, "Hey, ni serious." So we pushed the bed tukasonga, and then I decided kwenda kucheck the adjacent room, the visitors room, nione ama inanyesha, because ilikuwa a very distinctive line. Unaona hii ni line straight inanyesha. Kufika to the other room pia yenyewe inanyesha, same line, and now ilikuwa na another line inanyesha, and I was like, haya, hii is serious. So I went back to our room. Actually our room pia, our bedroom, it had started raining, but kulikuwa na maji inaingia inanyesha, but hatuko notice because ilikuwa inanyesha kwa kitanda, ilikuwa inanyesha somehow kando. So ndio uione ingekuwa ilibidi tu ulipitia hapo na kulikuwa usiku, so sikuwa nimeona. It was also raining. So that's another issue. We texted the landlord hapo tukamwambia what's happening. We took videos and all that tukamtumia. And mind you, I forgot to mention the landlord was not in Kenya. Landlord hakuwa anaishi Kenya, so ilikuwa tu we text via WhatsApp or we call, and then they communicate with the guys who sold the house to them. Tukaenda nyumba, or they came, they identified the problem, ilikuwa the rooftop and all that. Now here is where the lies started. When building that house, they told the landlord that hiyo nyumba ilikuwa imejengwa na mawe, which was a lie. The house ilikuwa imejengwa na precast. So na ndio maana tuko tunashanga hizi nyumba zinaendaje mbio. Imeenda mbio, within months ishaisha. Juu ni precast, kando ni precast, so the whole house ilikuwa imejengwa na precast. Landlord alikuwa anajua ni mawe. The contract said ni mawe. Juu walikuwa wamesema they had done waterproofing. Juu rooftop walikuwa wameka tiles, and they said that walikuwa wamefanya waterproofing ya hiyo nyumba, which was not the case because already ilikuwa inanyesha, so hawakuwa waterproof the house. So what they did, they said they'll fix it. So to have kuhamisha vitu juu zote zikakuja ground floor so that the rooftop can be fixed and repaint hiyo floor yote. So the agreement with the landlord, because the landlord could text us those messages, it was they remove the tiles, they waterproof it, and then wake terrazzo. That was the agreement. And then I think they thought we are fools, we don't know that process. What they did, they removed the tiles and then wakaeka terrazzo without waterproofing it. And we told the landlord, na akasema they told me they waterproofed it, and we told the landlord sisi hatukuona anything being waterproof because we used to inspect what they are doing. Tukamwambia I see hatukuona waki waterproof hizo whatever zote, walieka tu terrazzo and all that. Na hiyo story ikapotea hivyo, na landlord akapoteza hiyo story na ikaisha. We stayed for some time pia. So you remember the cracks zilikuwa zinafunikwa and kwa gypsum and all that. Uko juu, you know, first floor haikuwa na gypsum, walikuwa tu wamepaint vizuri, waka-arc nini. So zikaanza kulia pia. We told the landlord hizi cracks zimeanza kulia pia na zinaka saa zina pia zikiwa kubwa kabisa, and the pillars katikati zinaanza kukatika shimo kubwa, and my son used to put crayons kwa hizo pillars kwenye zinapasuka, zilikuwa shimo zinapasuka zinaenda ziki expand and all that. So akasema it will be fixed and all that. And then as the house was settling, I think ilikuwa ina settle side to side, katikati na baki, that way ilikuwa inapata cracks hivyo. So it had a easy view kubwa on the front, so kio ilianza kukatika na katikati. All the kio ya one side inakatika, hiyo kubwa inakatika na katikati. We told the landlord hii kio itaanguka, tukampigia picha and all that. Now they are having back and forth with the guys. Akaambiwa kio itafixiwa. They never came to fix the pane hiyo kio. So it all started hiyo kio moja, kidogo kidogo kio ya kitchen, kidogo kidogo kio ya backside za bedroom zikaanza kupasuka zote na katikati. So you were told, I think support told us ni venye nyumba ina settle side to side. I think katika, I did not get the concept, but the way the house was settling, it was rushed, so they did not give the house time to settle and all that. So with all that, now we had started having an exit plan. It's either we look for another house or we build our own house. But sasa hatukuwa na haraka, tulikuwa tu pole pole. So after all that, hizo issue zote anaambiwa things will be fixed and all that. Wanashinda wakipostpone, will come this day, but they are not fixing anything. So after some time kukaka tu hivyo, the tiles za bathroom zikaanza kucrack pia. Unaona tile imepata over sudden crack katikati. Remember all these problems tumia the landlord, and we used to tell them, now because your contract may expire, stop dealing with those people directly. Get a lawyer maybe or something, and let the lawyer be dealing with them. Juu sasa hizi ni issues zingine, already umeweka pesa kwa hii nyumba, unaambiwa your contract of fixing thing may expire, but the house has so many problems. So we told them, get a lawyer, acha deal na watu directly. I don't know whether they did so or not, that saa sijui about it. And now our final stroke ndio tutoke kwa hiyo nyumba, we started having issues with electricity. So you could find sometimes we don't have electricity, but the neighbors wako na electricity, and we are wondering, token haijaisha, how come hatuna stima? So one night when it happened, where we had a very very urgent meeting, so and we were pissed off, we called a guy we know from Kenya Power, tukamwambia just come and uangalie stima, utuambie what's the problem. At the moment we thought the meter box ndio somewhere palikuwa na shida and all that, but when the electricity guy came akatuambia the meter box iko sawa, maybe the problem iko in the wire yenye inaleta stima. Now that's what shocked us. Akapanda hiyo kikingi ya stima, it was outside the house. Akapanda hiyo kikingi, akaangalia stima. Now the problem was hiyo wire imeleta stima kwa nyumba. I don't know what it's called, but wenye mnajua hiyo wire ya black yenye uvuta stima kutoka kwa kikingi to the house, ilikuwa imejaa maji ndani and all that. And then akaamua, let me look at it keenly. Ndiye aliangalia akaona hizo wire zimeunganishwa tudogo, as in it's like leftovers zenye wanaenda wanaweka kwa hii nyumba, ikibaki wanaweka kwa hii nyumba ingine, because those guy have built so many houses by the way. So wanaenda ni kama the leftovers wanaunganisha inakuwa ingine moja wanaeka. So all that tulikuwa tunatumia the landlord and all that, wana have conversation. I don't know venye walikuwa namalizana and all that. So the guy akaambiwa ende angalie the name of the electricity. Hiyo stima they had said that imekuwa through Kenya Power, haikuwa kwa the system, so walieka stima kimagendo. I don't know, because even the name haikuwa kwa the owner of the house and all that, but hiyo stima haikuweka na watu wa Kenya Power. That's what I would say. Haikuwa kwa the system registered to that house ya Kenya Power. Unajua how stima ina registered, even if it was not registered to the landlord, at least ingekuwa ime registered na the people, the company. It was not that company yenye ilibuild hiyo nyumba, but it was not registered to that company. So ilikuwa imekuwa kimagendo and all that, and we suspected because our neighbor who mwenye alikuwa ameishi that area so much, alikuwa anaambia huyo mtu wa Kenya Power akipanda, na usinizimie stima yangu venye wanafanyanga. So we were like, mbona usizimue stima? So I think she knew something happened when hiyo nyumba ilikuwa inaekwa stima, but hakuwa anataka kuongea or something, but there must be something that happened. So that was our final stroke. Tukasema hii nyumba hapana. And now the problem was, tulikuwa tunajiambia, I think living in that house saved us a lot, because tungeamua kuinunua outright hatungejua, hata tungeita mtu akuje aiangalia tuambia whether it's worth. Actually we had called somebody after tumeingia in that house at the time landlord alisema anafikiria kuuza, tukamwambia evaluate hiyo nyumba, akatuambia the way anaiona then anaiona it's not worth the money because the finishes were so cheap and all that. Vitu zenye zimeekwa, the quality sio poor for the house. So alikuwa anatuambia hiyo nyumba, akiacha kujichekesha uko kona. So nisikia kuisha ama ukuja hapa ulikurekod. So alikuwa anatuambia hiyo nyumba is not worth that price. So already tulikuwa tumeanza kuwa 50-50 about buying it. So we were in between buying it and redoing the finishes or just tuachane nayo. Sorry, kuna mtu ashinda hapa akinichekesha. Ama tuachane nayo, we build our own ama we buy another one. And so that's what happened. Tukaamua hatuwezi kaa kwa hiyo nyumba tena. And I think what I would like to tell people who want to buy houses, these well-built houses that you see on Instagram, you think this is my dream house and all that, you need to be very, very careful. These people lie a lot. Something that have come to realize ni hawa watu wanatakanga tu pesa. They don't care whether you unaishi comfortable or not. Wanataka tu pesa, warudishe pesa yao. Mostly these people who build houses to sell, wanataka tu wakuuzie nyumba, warudishe pesa yao, contract yako ishe, they move on to the next victim, na hiyo story ishe. And that saddens me a lot because, you know, when I watch videos on YouTube, Instagram of these mostly celebrities ati wanahama. Actually, I've seen a lot of celebrities wakiingia their previous houses zenye wamejenga, and when we were staying there, even the tenants from the previous houses they were rented walikuwa nasema they have the same problems. So nimeona a lot of people wanaingia hizo nyumba, some are buying them. So I think I would tell people, before you even buy a house, make sure at least unajua vizuri venye iko, whether it's worth the price or not. And hizo vitu zote juu sikuja kulia juu. For us, we thought that our dream home, and then we realized no, this is not it. Tunge waste tu pesa yetu bure because imefanywa. You see, the problem with those people building houses nowadays, they are making the houses look internet friendly, Instagram friendly, a house you can post on Instagram, not nyumba utaishi, because it has a lot of problems. Nyumba yenyewe itashinda ikikusumbua and all that. And it's so sad, but I still see the people advertising the houses. It's so sad that people are still buying those houses and all that. And I think I feel sad for everybody, but I can't do anything because acha kila mtu afanye research yake. After amefanya research and all that, you will know whether this is a good thing and all that, and or at least go to people who have lived in a previous house that you think it's your dream house. Ask them how was the experience, the problems that were there, because hata nimesahau kumention in that house, drainage za rooftop hazikuwa zina reach to anywhere. So rooftop yote ilikuwa ina flood maji kukinyesha. The drainage ziko but ni kama zimechimbiwa chini ya nyumba. I did not get it. So maji ina drain inajaa kwa hizo pipes and then it remains there. It had a lot of problems, and as for now, I think they have not solved the issues with the landlord because the house is unoccupied till now. I know it's unoccupied because we still talk with the landlord and all that. So hiyo nyumba bado haijaingiwa. But moral of the story, before you buy a house, please make sure unanunua kitu unaaminia, si nyumba itakuja kukutesa and all that. So with that being said, we moved out of that house, and that is when we decided we are not going to rent another house, because tuliamua the reason why we wanted that house and a compound is because we wanted our own space. Our kids are growing and all that, and now we decided we might move to another house, tujipate na mashida zingine za huko and all that. So we decided, why not tujijengee nyumba yetu. We have land, so we had to weigh options, gani tunataka kujenga. So we decided acha tujenge nyumba yetu, nataka ni kujenga pole pole, at least tujitengeneze yetu venye tunataka, tuone the process yote and all that. Hakuna mtu atakuja kutuambia ati hapa kulie kwa chuma na hakukuwekwa. Hakuna mtu atakuja kutuambia hii nyumba imejengwa na mawe, yet imejengwa na precast na hatujui. So that's what led to this decision ya kujenga nyumba instead of buying. So tukaamua instead ya kukimbizana pia na to move to another project, tununue nyumba ingine na tujui the problem at the moment. And poteza pesa in this economy sio rahisi. It's very hard, you know, the economy is hard size. So we decided acha tujijenge, and voila, hapo ndio the decision of making this house came. Tukaanza kujenga, we moved and all that, and I can say maisha inaendelea vizuri, hakuna issue yoyote and all that. So that's it for today, guys. I hope this story will help someone. Before you make a decision, please do your due diligence. Now the problem with that ni vitu zingine hautaona. Vitu zingine utaona after a year or two, after some months. So just decide. I think I would tell people, just decide and move on with your decision. If you are deciding to buy a house, well and good. If you are deciding to build your own, well and good. So just decide and just hope that your decision will be the right one. Bye bye, and see you on my next video, guys.